got all the money. She'd run on over to Dad. She'd go get her quarter. She'd go get her ice cream. She was a happy camper. Question, what did she learn about money? Yeah, first, that men have all the money. So when she first got married, what do you think she expected of her husband? Yeah, it wasn't quarters anymore. Somehow she graduated, all right? What's the second thing she learned? That women what? Women don't have money. Mom, the deity, the model, didn't have any money. Therefore, the way for a good woman to be is not to have any money. And to validate that way of being, she had to do what? Get rid of any money that she had. And money, of course, was the only thing that she and her husband ever fought about. And it almost cost them their marriage. Thank goodness they used our program and completely reconditioned each of their own money blueprints. And more importantly, they learned how to create a third blueprint that worked for the relationship. And they've never had another financial disagreement since. So here's the big question. What is your current money blueprint set for? Well, how can you tell? Simple. Look at your results. Look at the fruits. That will tell you what the roots are set for. Look at the house. That will tell you what the blueprint looked like. Let me put it this way. If the temperature in the room is set for 72 degrees, chances are the thermostat is set for how much, guys? 72. Now here's where it gets interesting. Is it possible, because it's really cold outside and the windows are open, that the temperature in that room could, say, go down to 65 degrees? Yes, but what will eventually happen? That thermostat will kick in and drive that temperature right back to 72. Yes or yes? Yes. Now, is it possible, because it's very hot outside and the windows are open, that the temperature in that room could, say, get to 77 degrees? Yes, but what will eventually happen? The thermostat will kick in and drive that temperature right back to 72. Meaning that the only way to permanently, what's the word, please? Permanently change the temperature in that room is to change that what? Thermostat. And the only way to permanently change your financial life is to change your financial thermostat, otherwise known as your money blueprint. Now, when we come back, I will show you how wealthy people think very differently than most others and how to adopt those ways for you to reach your full financial potential. So stay with me. We call the process of manifestation. Do you remember? Your thoughts lead to your feelings, which lead to your actions, which lead to your results. Meaning, again, it all begins with the way you think. So what we're going to do is we're going to examine some of the ways that rich and successful people think very differently than unsuccessful people, in order to consider adopting those ways of thinking and resetting our financial blueprints. Now, we're going to call these ways of thinking wealth secrets. Good or good? Good. All right, let's begin. Rich and successful people believe, I create my life. And unsuccessful people believe, life happens to me. If you want to create real success, it is imperative that you believe that you are at the steering wheel of your life. You have to believe that you are the one who creates your success, you are the one who creates your mediocrity, and you are the one creating any financial struggle. But instead of taking full responsibility for their lives, most people instead, they play the role of the victim. What's it say, please? Victim. Now, victims usually leave 3 indelible clues. So the first one they seem to have in common is they often do a lot of this. What's the word, please? Blame things. They blame the economy. They blame their type of business. They blame the stock market. They blame the real estate market. They blame the city they live in. They blame the taxes or the government or their employee or their employer. They blame their manager. They blame their partner. They blame their upline. They blame their downline. They blame their husband. They blame their wives, their boyfriend, their girlfriend. It's always something else. It's always someone else. And everyone wants to blame their parents for something. Or they do this. What's the word, please? Justify. Thank you. They justify their situation by saying something like, well, you know, money's not all that important. Well, let me ask you a question. If you said that your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend wasn't that important, would they be around for very long? I don't think so, and neither would what? Money. If you didn't think having an RV was important, would you buy one? Would you have one? Of course not. If you didn't think having a pet parrot was important, would you buy one? Would you have one? Of course not. If you don't think money's important, would you have any? Of course not. You know what? You can actually dazzle your friends with this information. Next time one of your friends comes up to you and says something like that money's not important, here's what I want you to do. I want you to put your hand on your forehead, look up to the heavens and go, "You're broke." And they're going to go, "How did you know?" And you're going to go, "What else do you want to know? That'll be $50, please. You have a whole new business." Of course they're broke. Let me say this right now. Anybody who says money's not important doesn't have any. And of course there's going to be people who go, "Well, it's not as important as love." What's the comparison? You know, what's more important, your arm or your leg? Maybe they're both important in what they do. Yes or yes? Yes. All right. Now, here's the next one. The third one is this. What's it say, please? Complain. Excellent. Complain. Let me say this right now. Complaining is the absolute worst possible thing you could do for your health or your wealth. The worst. Why? There's a universal principle that says what you focus on expands. Would you please repeat that with me? What you focus on expands. Hey, good job. Now, when you are complaining, tell me, what are you focusing on? What's right with your life or what's wrong with your life? You're focusing on what's wrong with your life. And since what you focus on expands, now what are you going to get more of? What's right with your life or what's wrong with your life? You're going to get more of what's wrong with your life. When you are complaining, you turn into this big, giant garbage magnet. And have you ever noticed that complainers usually have a crummy life? Yes? And they go, "Well, of course I complain. Look how crummy my life is." And now you know better, so you can say, "No, it's because you complain that your life is so crummy. Shut up and don't stand near me." So here are some wealth steps that will change your blueprint and change your life. First of all, no complaining for 7 full days. Not in here and not out here. Now, by the way, it has to be 7 full days. Why? Because you still might have some residual garbage coming to you from before. Because garbage doesn't travel at the speed of light, you know. It travels at the speed of garbage, and it's really, really slow. Okay, yes? Now, here's what you have to understand. It's your choice. Say, "It's my choice." It's my choice. You can be a victim or you can be rich, but you cannot be both. So you choose. Because every single time that you blame or you justify or you complain, you are slitting not only your financial throat, but your happiness and your health throat as well. Let me give you another wealth step along with this one. This is very simple. Start taking full responsibility for everything that is happening in your life, especially when it comes to your money. Good or good? Good. All right. Let's do a declaration together. Are you ready? Yes. Okay, here it goes. It says this. "I am creating the exact level of my financial success." Let me hear you. I am creating the exact level of my financial success. Excellent. Next, we're going to do an exercise. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to think of your financial goals in terms of 2 things. The first one is in terms of, let's say, income. What's the word, please? Income. Income. And the second one is in terms of your net worth. So take a moment just to think about this, everyone. And I'm going to give you a couple examples. Let's say that one of your financial goals for income is that, you know, you want to earn, say, $100,000 a year. Not good or not bad, just say $100,000 a year. That's an example, yes? Yes. And let's say your goal for net worth might be $1 million. Is that possible? Yes. All right, good. Now, here's another wealth secret. Rich and successful people, they play the money game to win. Most other people play not to lose. Here's the thing. Most people actually play the money game on defense versus offense. In sports, let me ask you a question. Anytime you play any game strictly on defense, tell me, what are your chances of actually winning that game? Very slim and very none. And most people's primary concern is survival and security. So what is your goal? What is your true objective? What is your intention? Wealthy people's intention is to create abundance. Most broke people, their intention is to have enough to pay the bills, or just get by, or I just want to earn a decent living. And you know what?